Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 21 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
Second down and inches. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
56. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Off to Thomas on the left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's third down.
Down. 18 game. Check. No. Hey, tight. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Taylor now returning it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. As we get a peek at Matt Ryan, a man who's been in the league since back in 2008.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Play action. It's Ryan. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
On second down, here's Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office, the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
6-6, bullet high. Check.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
20.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Try to punch it in with Smith, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his second touchdown on the season, and the Falcons have taken the early lead.
I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And I would say they went 3-and-out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3-and-out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1-and-out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Time to see how Atlanta will line up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6-0 our score after 1.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Ready? Get that ball. Get that ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and it's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
His throw caught at about the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. and they just executed that one pretty well.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So out come the Falcons now. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rush in. Rush in. 4-7's the mic. 4-7.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Ryan on 2nd down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A shotgun give to Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Switch.
Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Latavius Murray, 20. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Darren Lee there to get him down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. On the run, it's Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here. And
a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Offense.
Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Go, go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there out of Kamara. 56 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now it's Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Ryan, and he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And he's taken down, back at his own 7.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. With a nice move. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Now Kamara. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 5. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can...
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20, 10, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2.
58. Check 51. 5. 47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check. 47.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third
Go! 60 outlaw. I go. 80 weapons.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Here we go.
The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The kick by Lutz is good. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
So Ryan and the Falcons down 20-15. A minute 55 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Keep it up. Patch it. 58.
Throwing now is Ryan. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
That's how we do it, baby.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, check.
Here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sideline.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on... Oh, no, he lost the football. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but now it's third down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.